Today, I want to talk to you about the 5 P's to a peaceful divorce. And the first one is to be patient. Be patient with yourself. This is a huge decision. I don't know if there's any decision you're going to make in your life that's bigger than divorce or not to divorce. Take your time. And also be patient with your partner who maybe you're ready to take the next step and they're not. Be patient with them because we each go through this process at a different pace, and to rush them to do it will make them freeze. And so be patient with yourself, be patient with them. The second P is promise. Promise each other to be fair, promise each other to always acknowledge and empathize and emphasize on the importance of each of you in the kids' lives. Promise that you're going to try to make this process as peaceful as possible, but do not promise, you know what, don't worry, I'm not going to touch your pension, or no, I'm not asking for child support, or um, yes, I will do X, Y, and Z. Promise how you're gonna be in the process, but don't promise what you're gonna do. And the reason for that is when you get to the stage where you are maybe in mediation or negotiation, you're getting to the weeds of things, and you realize that actually I do need child support in order for me to be able to survive month to month. You don't want to have that promise in place, because now you're breaking the promise, as opposed to saying, I don't know what I want to do yet. I want to be fair. I want us both to walk away from this not broken financially. Let's just see what happens later. So don't promise of anything tangible at the beginning stages. The third P is protect your assets, protect your financial freedom. And for a lot of people, they think protecting their money is to set money aside as soon as they decide they're gonna go ahead with the divorce, because that's gonna protect them. And that's wrong. That's not how you protect your assets. How you protect your assets and theirs is to make sure that there is full and complete financial disclosure done by both of you once you enter the procedures. So it's not so much like, oh my, I gotta put money aside. This is how I'm gonna protect myself, because at the end of the day, when you go through divorce, you both have to exchange full financial disclosure. And so if you have that secret account sitting somewhere that you've been kind of putting money aside in, you're gonna have to disclose it anyway. So why have the uncomfortable conversation where it's like, they all of a sudden realize you have an account right here, you haven't told them, there's a trust issue now that's built on top of like other things. So it'll actually make your negotiation process harder if you do that. How you protect your assets is to be open and expect them to be open and fair and to exchange full financial disclosure. And that's a requirement in Alberta anyway, so that should occur no matter what process you take. It's a mandatory requirement. The fourth P is perspective. When you are in that stage where you're making decisions, for so many people, they make decisions from the outlook of guilt. Oh, I cannot ask for that because, they helped me in the past. They've paid for things. Maybe you were a stay-at-home mom. So feeling like you are going to ask for some of his pension, or maybe you never invested in your relationship, like you never put money aside towards investments, so now you feel guilty or selfish if you were to ask for half or some of what your partner has under his name or her name. Always think of it from a perspective. Which perspective am I looking at this? Is it from the perspective of guilt and shame and limitation? Or is it from the perspective of abundance and freedom and equality? The fifth P to a peaceful divorce is priorities. So now you are done the process of divorce. You've negotiated in good faith. You were fair to each other. You have an agreement that you both are content with, and you can move on with your life separately, but be happy with, have been happy with your decisions. Is okay, so what's next for me? And do not rush to be your best self, your best version of yourself a day after the divorce. That doesn't happen. You need to you've gone through a long distance. Divorce is exhausting on the mind, on the body, on the soul. What's your priority? So maybe at the beginning, it's make sure the kids are good, they're going to school, they have their friends. Focus maybe on the kids, get them kind of on their way. Then, once you know that they're okay, then you can take the time to do self-care. What do you need for that? Do you need to go for walks every day? Do you need to go for yoga? Do you need to journal? How do you process things? Do you need to join a support group? And then you can look into what you're gonna do next. Are you gonna do like a total 180-degree change in your life? Are you gonna leave your employment? Are you gonna start a business? Then you can start thinking about all these other things that maybe have been on your mind and you just haven't had the time or the ability to do. But you don't have to do it all at once. We say in my culture, you eat grapes one at a time. So you can't have 3-4 grapes at the same time. You eat them one at a time so that you can enjoy them and you can swallow them and they can be nutritious to your body. Here you have it, your 5 P's to a peaceful divorce. I hope they're helpful, and I wish you a kind, amicable, and peaceful process of divorce.